out of my way.
If you want her, you're gonna have to go through me.
Is that right? But that won't make this any less fun.
So Bolo starts and we get a pretty extended combo. That was a great spinning hook kick, followed by a front kick, and then he gets an overhead with the hatchet into an elbow. Now, in order to figure out what your character's objective is.
That's what I'm like.
Enola is taking down Mr. Bowler Hat Man. Hey friends! John here, and welcome to The Martial Actor. Today I, a black belt, will be reacting to Season 1 of Warrior. Now this is part 3 of a 5-part series, so if you haven't seen parts 1 or 2, check out the links in the description below. Keep an eye out for part 4, and let's dive right in. This is Season 1, Episode 6, titled Chewed Up, Spit Out, and Stepped On. And Bolo, Youngjun, and Ah Sahm are going to the Feng Hai Tong in order to get payback for their assassination attempt on Youngjun's father. So we start, and Bolo is just wailing on these guys, and then he throws his hatchet, and we cut to Ah Sahm and Youngjun. Now I like what they're doing here, using a depth of field, moving from Youngjun to Ah Sahm. That's really good filmmaking. Now, this is all super dynamic. Ah Sahm gets an awesome hook kick and breaks the chair and then sweeps that dude. And that was a really strong back fist. Bolo is now just like wrecking these dudes. And this fight scene is a really great illustration of all three of these actors. We're consistently bouncing between Ah Sahm, Bolo, and Youngjun, and they're all just showing their stuff against the Feng Hai Tong. It's really fun and it's really exciting to see, and it's done very well. We're getting a really good mix of weapon work, of prop work, of environmental work, and then like straight up hand-to-hand combat. It really is like some of the best stuff that the show has to offer. And Youngjun again is just being as brutal as he is. And then Bolo gets this like gruesome move. And then Youngjun just pulls out a pistol and shoots the last guy. The show also has a really good habit of giving their fight scenes a comedic button. It's a really nice way to relieve the tension that they build in their great fights. It's smart storytelling and it's well done. Moving forward, now we're seeing Leary fight Damon. Now, this is an interesting confrontation because Bill is basically getting Leary to do his dirty work, but that is not gonna come for free. So we're moving to this fist fight brawl, and the show does a really good job of portraying these kinds of fights as well. These are more like what you see in most American TV shows. It's really a testament to their stunt coordinator because they're doing a very good job of selling different styles of fighting, which is not easy to do. Now, Leary is really just wailing on this dude. Damon's covering up, but like, his technique is not great. When you cover up, you need to be covering your face. That's why it's called covering up. He's got his fist up, but they're not protecting his face at all. Now, he does get a couple of good strikes in, but one thing that is good about Leary's character is that not only can he give a pounding, but he can also take quite a bit. Again, like, Damon's getting these punches in, but Leary is just bouncing back so quickly and retaliating in really aggressive ways. It really establishes him as a force to be reckoned with. We haven't seen Leary fight anyone else that can really stand toe-to-toe with him, so it's an interesting build-up that we're seeing here. I'm excited to see who he will fight in the future and how that fight is gonna work out.
Feels like around
now, Damon, you can see here, he's he is gassed. He is done fighting, but he's letting his pride get the better of himself, and he refuses to give up. That's going to be his downfall because he is so sluggish right now that he can't even defend against Leary.
What's the matter, Damon? No more jokes about me mother.
Your mother was a germ-ridden. I wouldn't fuck her with my stick.
And Leary is just absolutely laying into him. He's getting hooks to Damon's kidneys. He's getting uppercuts to his chin.
Leary.
And now he is just going one after the other, punch directly to the face. And like the fight is over, but Leary is just killing this guy. It really speaks to his ruthlessness here, which is really only matched by Young Jun. And again, once he fights someone who is more skilled than him, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Skipping forward, this is season 1, episode 7, titled The Tiger and the Fox. And Bolo has been sent by the Hopway Tong to assassinate the leader of the Longzi Tong, as well as Mai Ling. Ah Sahm discovers this and goes to stop him. Now, I was stoked to see this because this is the first time that we get to see Mai Ling in action. Sadly, Mai Ling is immediately outclassed by Bolo, but she is really feisty. So he gets a nice hair drag against her, and then Bolo throws her up against the wall and starts choking her out. Now, when he starts choking her, he has both of his hands on her neck. Most of the time when you see this kind of choke in TV or film, the chokee has their chin in between the assailant's hands. That makes it safe. However, they're not doing that here. That makes me think that she's probably on an apple box. An apple box is just a box that you stand on and they use it to mess with people's heights. But if she was on an apple box, he could be grabbing her throat, but she wouldn't be being lifted, which would make it a lot more safe. And then Ah Sahm gets an awesome flying sidekick, and that was also a stunt double flying into the glass shelf right there. That was an awesome kick. It looked great.
What the fuck are you doing?
So this is the first time in the show that we see an extended fight between two actors that are trained martial artists. I was super stoked to see it.
No.
No? What the hell do you mean, no? What's wrong with you? Get the fuck out of my way.
If you want her, you're gonna have to go through me.
Is that right? You know, I always knew there was something off about you.
Yeah, you did.
I don't know what your deal is, but that won't make this any less fun.
So Bolo starts and we get a pretty extended combo. That was a great spinning hook kick, followed by a front kick, and then he gets an overhead with the hatchet into an elbow. Now, this is all looking really great. I was actually pretty surprised. That was a really nice front roll from Andrew Koji. Yeah, I was pretty surprised based on the previous stuff we've seen with Bolo. We haven't seen these kinds of combos from him yet. So this was cool to see. Like this right here, great stuff. That was a nice sweep, good axe kick, good instep kicks, and yeah, this is all like really tight choreo. And that was also a stunt double. That was not Andrew Koji getting thrown into that collapsible bookshelf. It was a strong punch, strong kick. This is a good roundhouse. And now we're moving into this hallway, and we haven't seen this in the show yet. Fighting in hallways is hard to do. That was a really nice hook kick, by the way. It's a small, confined space, and you have to share the space with not only your fellow actor, but also the cameraman. And being in a constricted space just makes it difficult. So I was really impressed that they pulled this off as well as they did. Now that was a good front roll from Bolo. And then Ah Sahm takes out Bolo's arm and he is done as an assassin, as a hatchet man. He's useless. However, he is still not giving up. So Ah Sahm is giving him an opportunity, very Bruce Lee, and then he does a front kick and a spinning back, and Mai Ling shows up out of nowhere and stabs him in the back. All three of those fights were really well done, especially that last one with Bolo versus Ah Sahm. Again, that's the first time we've seen extended choreo between two actors that both have a history of training in martial arts, and it was really good. I'm excited to see them continue building the momentum, especially the length of these fights, so I'm super excited to see what's coming up. Keep an eye out for part 4, and that's all I've got for you today. So take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll see you next time.
We'll be right back.